Good evening, Hardin County residents. BJ Hoffman, Hardin County Supervisor here. This morning, my son issued me an indirect challenge, and at age 17, as he's a senior at BCLUW, I was intrigued by the discussion that we have and had over the last several months about how our society is acting and behaving towards one another and towards each other's property and businesses. And so this morning, my son just asked me very boldly, "Dad, have you done or said anything to condemn the behaviors of what's going on repeatedly in Portland, what happens in Seattle, what has happened recently in Kenosha, and the ongoing weekend gun violence in Chicago?" And I was kind of taken aback. I believe he's a rather intelligent young man, but the one thing that some people may know about my son and others may not, but I'm raising a young black man in rural Iowa, in Hardin County, in a small rural school district. And so I think his perspective and his gathering of information and deciphering that, deserves some additional thought. And yeah, we've definitely had some, interesting situations of dealing with life and how things work in rural Iowa for a minority student. And so, I think it's important to really take his thoughts to heart. Is, what? I do owe it to the people that I serve to say, I do think the violence, the looting, the rioting, the extortion, the blackmail of the people of Portland, Seattle, Kenosha, Minneapolis, St. Louis, it's not okay. There's no good excuse for that. And I can tell you why I believe that really simply. Several weeks ago, we had a group of protesters at the Hardin County Courthouse on our square. And they were very peaceful. They had a message. It was clear, concise. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think they followed the rules and regulations fairly well. And I do respect their freedom to assemble and their freedom of free speech. But there's a difference between free speech and assembly when it comes to burning down a car dealership or extorting a small business and shaking people down for the right to maintain their business. So today, when we had that discussion, my son said, "If you don't condemn this behavior, you're condoning it. And Dad, you owe the people of Hardin County and other people, the acknowledgement that you don't stand for this." And he is absolutely correct. So this is one of those things where I would have never thought that having to have a discussion with my 17-year-old and him challenging me to go out and publicly acknowledge my stance on an issue, but I commend him for that. I commend his educators. I commend the people that he surrounds himself with. And I'm glad that he's willing to voice his opinion, and he knows that he has that in our home. So just kind of an unexpected video today, but I appreciate your time, attention, and can't wait to present other topics soon. Thanks. Have a great night.